Hello guys. Today we're going to talk about the new Birds of Prey movie and its ridiculously long title, and the Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. I barely fit that in on the freaking titles thing. I may have to adjust that after the stream. But first, a little bit about it. It was released this year in 2020. It's rated R. It's an hour 49 long. It's not a long movie, actually. It has 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb with 39,000-ish user votes and 60% on Metacritic with about 59 critics. Um, uh, the main stars include Margaret Robbie, who was also in Wolf of Wall Street, and I can't believe I didn't catch their names. And the other person, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to improvise here. For some reason I didn't think to screenshot their names in when I did notes. And then sometimes that happens, you go to take notes and you didn't write the right stuff down and all that, and then before you know it, you're looking them up again. Rosie Perez, who was also in White Man Can Jump. The movie was directed by Kathy Yan, who also directed Dead Pigs. The movie on Rotten Tomatoes has 79% by critics with 341 critics and 79% by audiences with 20,000-ish user audience members reviews. And the critics' consensus on Rotten Tomatoes is with a fresh perspective, some new friends, and loads of fast-paced action. Birds of Prey captures the color-free anarchic spirit of Margaret Robbie's Harley Quinn. Now, what I love about the movie, I will say I did get some Deadpool vibes in this, but in all honesty, I never felt like this was ripping off Deadpool because I don't know. This movie, I think what people aren't liking about, I think people, because here's the thing, I keep hearing things like people aren't going to see it, theaters are empty, it's not making a lot of money, but I look online and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of criticism against the movie. So I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that I think people are just kind of, because there's been this long break between superhero movies. I think people are kind of content with that. And then when Birds of Prey came out, they're just like, do we really want to go see that? Out of all the superhero movies we can go back to see it, we really wanted it to be Birds of Prey. And I think that could have been it. I think it was great. I think it's a great DC movie. It's definitely a great Gotham City movie. Now, this movie kind of has similar kind of colorful, like flashy style to Suicide Squad, only it's done much better in this, in my opinion. It fits the world of Harley Quinn. It fits that world better. Now, some people may think that this might be a political movie. It's not really political. There's not really a whole ton of like a lot of issue with lately with movies is they don't know how to write strong characters. They make the mistake when they write a strong character of making it very vocal of how strong of a character they are instead of just letting them act like it. They have to keep telling. And this movie doesn't really do that. This movie just kind of lets their characters be them. And the characters, aren't perfect. They have flaws. Even characters aren't Harley Quinn. Some good characters have flaws as well. And that's kind of where it lies there, and it works. It is a very funny movie. It really feels like, and it's rated R, which I think is a huge plus. I think it's the first DC film to be rated R, in all honesty, and I appreciate that DC is willing. Actually, technically, Joker is, but Joker is not in the DCEU. Harley Quinn movie is. So look at that what you will. So, but yeah, I love that it was rated R. I love it. Did make decent use of Gotham characters. Like, I love that they used Black Mask. I thought they did a good job with Black Mask. My only slight criticism, and I don't think this is really a spoiler, really. You do see him in the mask for sure. Although, for my personal taste, I would like to see him in a bit more. But the guy who plays Black Mask, Ewan McGregor, he does a great job in this. So I don't mind that he's not in the mask as often. Plus, it's a character that you don't really need in the mask that often to convey that he's the bad guy. um, yeah, in terms of costumes, I thought the costumes were fine. I didn't really have any problems with them. I didn't expect them to be comic book accurate, and I don't think they were, but I think they were close enough. I mean, because they were supposed to fit the aesthetics of the style that the movie was shooting for. I think a lot of people, and that reminds me, I think a big criticism reason why people don't want to see this is because they want to see her with the Joker. To a lot of people, Harley Quinn isn't Harley Quinn without being with the Joker. And in all honesty, if this was like 10 years ago, I could see that argument. But I feel like so much Harley Quinn solo stuff has been released over the years that have been successful. I think it's safe to say that Harley Quinn could exist without the Joker and it still be good. I don't think she needs to always be tied with the Joker for it to work. And I'm kind of glad that he wasn't really in this movie. I mean, because, well, first off, Jared Leto, yeah, man, I love Jared Leto. And it's unfortunate that his Joker wasn't given its due because, in all honesty, the only base that people give hate to him was in a movie that cut like 80% of the scenes he worked on, so he was barely in it. And to me, it's hard to judge a good Joker if a Joker's good or bad without him actually interacting with Batman. And he really never interacted with Ben Affleck like at all. So I can't really say if his Joker's good or bad. But that's a topic really. Overall, I think what this movie did well, it's funny. I found it hilarious. It's very violent. The action's good. A lot of people think the story's a little haphazard. I can kind of see that because the story does bounce around from character. It's not really a straight linear. It's base linear. It's just when it does go back to things, it's kind of a spectacle. So you're aware that it is. But I think I will say that even though the movie is an hour 49, it doesn't feel long, but I definitely can understand why some people would have wished that was a bit more straightforward. But I think the big thing with this movie is that I just think I don't think people knew what it was going to be. They didn't know if it was going to be a Harley Quinn solo movie or if it was going to be a team movie. Um, in all honesty, I think it's a Harley. I personally think it's a Harley Quinn movie. It's definitely not a group movie, in my opinion. Just mainly because the narrative is all told from Harley Quinn's perspective and everything. And that's kind of what you should expect. Now, does that mean that other characters aren't given the spotlight? No. There's other characters certainly get their moments to shine. Um, in addition, I feel like some people may be like, is this aimed toward more a male or female audience? Well, I think it's pretty equal. Female, probably, obviously, because most of the characters are girls, but male too, because these are, in my opinion, I mean, you can argue that the look is definitely not the standard look for these characters, but in terms of the spirit of the comics, I think it gets it down personally. Do they make some changes to some characters? Sure, but the spirit is there, and that's what counts to me. I mean, because there's all these different interpretations. Even in comics, there's so many different versions of these characters that why shouldn't the movie have its own version? I mean, that's just my opinion. If it does it well, then it's fine. At least if it's not like Suicide Squad, which, on a side note, it's a bad movie, but for me, it's one of those bad movies that I can watch and not feel like I need to throw up. it's it entertains me, but it's not a well-made movie at all. But I find it a pleasing movie to watch to a certain degree. But yeah, this movie here. This is overall good movie. I would say it's definitely worth your money. I the only flaws I can think of is it's not really a linear story. Um, and some people may be confused on, and some people think, "Oh, I'm going to see a Harley Quinn solo movie, or I'm going to see a Birds of Prey movie," and they don't. I say just go watch it. I mean, it's it's pretty much a good movie starring Harley Quinn with some Birds of Prey action. That's my opinion. Now, I think, like I said, I think that should be enough, in my opinion. I don't think there needs to be to get that all in sucked in with it. And plus, you're gonna be missing out on a good movie. And the next comic book movie, I don't think is coming out till May. So this is going to be the fix for a while. So you might as well get it now instead of watching Avengers Endgame for the 50th time or whatever the last DC movie that was released, Joker. Joker was great too. But yeah, this is a solid movie. I think I definitely hope for more. I'm really digging what DC is doing right now. I think they're doing a great job in just letting directors create their own world and let the characters be themselves in their own worlds, and that gets so wrapped up in everything having to be connected. I Because these a lot of these DC characters have never been explored on the big screen before outside of Superman and Batman. So it's nice to see them on screen for the first time. And maybe in the future, maybe they'll start to connect them all and try to do that again. But I think right now, I think what they're doing is great. And I love that they're giving other directors a chance to create their own versions of specific characters that aren't necessarily tied to the main universe, and so it gives them flexibility. So I love that overall. And the big positive in this movie actually is that it's rated R. That's a huge help because it really gives that movie that grit and craziness it needs. Um, in terms of being compared to Deadpool, I don't really feel it because the big difference between Harley Quinn and Deadpool is that Harley Quinn I feel like kind of has her craziness is more. Deadpool's insanity has always been kind of. I don't know. That's actually a very good comparison. How Harley Quinn's craziness is different than Deadpool's craziness. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about that, because I feel like there's some differences, but I know those two get paired together often, so there's something there. But yeah, overall, it's a great movie. I suggest checking out. It's still in theaters. There's other great movies out there too. I don't know what I'll be seeing next. In all honesty, I might be seeing Sonic next, but I doubt it. I heard it's doing well. I heard lots of people like it, but I don't know if I'll get the opportunity to go in theaters for a while, just because it's just too much going on, and it's I don't feel that much of an urge to see a Sonic movie. I mean, I'll definitely see it at some point, but in theaters that will remain to be seen. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. Overall, it's a great movie. Check it out. I definitely I think like I said, the greatness of it is the writing. The writing's funny. The story, it's a little non-linear. Some people might think that it should be a little bit more linear, but I think it works fine. It looks great aesthetically. It's very well acted. The hard R rating really gives it a good edge, and yeah, I think it's a very solid action comedy movie with some great style. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.